There comes a moment in every believer's life when the heart whispers a painful question. Lord, how do I hold on to you when everything around me is shaking? If you're in that moment right now, this message is God reaching out to you. Maybe your faith feels weaker than it used to be. Maybe life has drained you slowly, quietly, painfully. You pray, but some days it feels like your words fall into silence. You read the word, but your heart feels numb. You want to trust Jesus more, but the storms, the fear, the uncertainty, and the disappointments have clouded your hope. You look at others who seem strong in faith and wonder, why can't I be like them? Why does my faith feel small? You're tired of doubting, tired of fighting battles you don't understand, tired of feeling like your faith isn't enough, and deep inside, you just want to be close to Jesus again. You want to feel him, hear him, walk with him, trust him fully the way you used to, or maybe the way you never have before. If that's your heart today, you're not alone, and you're not failing. You're simply at the place where God begins rebuilding a stronger faith within you. Faith is not built in comfort. Faith is built in the unseen, the uncertain, and the impossible. Jesus never asked you to have a perfect faith. He asked you to bring him the little faith you do have, and he promised to grow it. Faith the size of a mustard seed. He said, because he knows a mustard seed may be small, but it contains life, growth, and potential. From heaven's view, what you call weak faith is actually the soil where God is planting strength. What you call confusion is the place where God is preparing revelation. What you call struggle is where God is forming deep spiritual maturity. God isn't disappointed in you. God isn't frustrated with you. God isn't comparing you to anyone else. He simply wants your heart, and he wants to teach you how faith grows not instantly, but intentionally. Faith grows when you choose God in the quiet moments. Sometimes faith isn't built in loud worship, dramatic miracles, or emotional experiences. Faith grows in the simple, quiet, unseen moments when your heart whispers, Lord, I choose you today, even when I don't feel you. God sees those moments. Those seconds of choosing him over your fear, choosing prayer over anxiety, choosing trust over doubt. Those are the moments where your faith takes root. Every small decision for God strengthens your spirit. Every yes to him builds spiritual muscle. Your faith doesn't grow when everything is easy. It grows when you say, I don't understand, but I still trust you. Faith grows when you remember what God has already done. The enemy wants you to forget your victories. But faith grows when you look back and say, he saved me before. He delivered me before. He protected me before. He showed up when I thought all was lost. Every answered prayer becomes a foundation stone. Every past miracle becomes fuel for future trust. If God has been faithful in your past, he will be faithful in your present, and he will be faithful in your future. The same Jesus who calmed storms then is calming storms now. And the same Jesus who carried you before is carrying you today. Faith grows when you face what scares you with Jesus beside you. Courage doesn't mean the fear disappears. Courage means you walk through the fear with Christ holding your hand. Every battle you face with Jesus becomes a classroom of faith. When you face a challenge that feels too big a season, that feels too heavy, a prayer that feels unanswered, a future that feels unclear, God is not trying to break you, he's strengthening you. He's teaching you that faith isn't built by avoiding storms, but by discovering who Jesus is inside the storm. Your fear is not a sign of spiritual weakness. Your fear is an invitation to trust him deeper. Faith grows when you feed your spirit, not your fear. Faith is like a flame. It grows when you feed it, and it fades when you starve it. What you focus on grows. If you feed your fear with negative thoughts, endless worries, and hopeless imagining, fear will grow stronger. But if you feed your faith with God's word, prayer, worship, gratitude, and moments in his presence, faith becomes your natural reaction instead of fear. You don't become strong by accident. You become strong by intention. Even a few verses a day can transform your spirit. Even a few minutes with Jesus can realign your soul. Give God your attention, and he will give you his strength. Faith grows when you surrender control. Faith increases the moment you release the need to understand everything. You weren't created to carry every burden. You weren't created to solve every problem. You weren't created to predict every future outcome. You were created to trust. The moment you say, Lord, I give this to you, your faith begins to breathe again. God does his greatest work when your hands let go and your heart steps back. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is power, because it places everything into the hands of the one who never fails. Faith grows when you walk with Jesus, daily, not occasionally. Faith is built like a relationship, through closeness, consistency, and time. It's not a one-time decision, it's a daily walk. You grow in faith when you make Jesus part of your everyday life, talking to him while you work, trusting him in small decisions, inviting him into your pain, asking for his guidance, thanking him in the ordinary moments. Faith becomes stronger when Jesus becomes personal, not distant, not a Sunday ritual, but a friend who walks with you moment by moment. Faith grows when you allow God to stretch you sometimes. God asks you to step into something that feels uncomfortable, a new path, a new calling, a new challenge. Not to scare you, not to overwhelm you, but to grow you. You can't grow while remaining where you feel safe. Faith increases when God stretches you beyond what you think you can handle, so he can show you what he can handle. Every time you step out in obedience, He steps in with power. And here is the beautiful truth. When your faith grows, your fears begin to shrink, your anxiety loses its grip, your heart becomes steady, your decisions become wiser, your spirit becomes stronger, your life becomes calmer. You begin to see God in places you once saw emptiness. You begin to sense His presence in moments that used to feel silent. You begin to trust His timing, His process, His purpose. Instead of breaking under pressure, you rise above it. Instead of feeling lost, you feel guided. Instead of doubting, you begin to expect God's goodness. Your relationship with Jesus becomes deeper, more intimate, more personal. And soon, you won't just have faith, you'll live by faith. Not because your life became easy, but because you learned to walk with the one who carries you through everything, my friend. Jesus sees how hard you're trying. He sees your tears, your questions, your quiet prayers. He sees the parts of your heart that no one else understands. And He whispers to you now, you don't have to have perfect faith, you just have to give me your heart. I will grow the rest. You are not far from Him. You are not forgotten. You are not weak. You are being strengthened. Your faith is rising. Your spirit is awakening. Your heart is healing. Jesus is building something beautiful within you. If this message touched your heart, stay connected. More words of hope are waiting for you.